Hello and welcome to the Relay 3 program. Today we are going to teach you the mobility drills which are needed to warm up your whole body. These mobility drills can be done by anyone before any kind of physical activity, let it be dancing, running, sports, especially when it comes to weight training. Or these mobility drills can be done as a part of your daily morning routine. And it's very important that you mobilize your body on a daily basis. So today we have Amil with us. He is going to demonstrate us all the mobility drills for us. We are going to follow a top to bottom sequence so that we don't miss anything on the way, and we'll be addressing the basic function of each and every joint. So first off, we'll start off with the cervical spine, aka your neck. For mobilizing the cervical spine, we are going to start with the flexion and extension. And from the side, as you can see, he is not stressing. He's just doing it very comfortably without any stress. You have to pull your head all the way back without stressing it and then release it all the way back. That's it. Now we'll do a left to right rotation. Same goes for this exercise as well. You have to do very comfortably, don't stress. Just turn as much as you can without pain. Some people can do a full rotation to the side. It's fine. Now we'll do a lateral flexion. This is the back view. Now we'll mobilize the shoulder joint. First we'll start with elevation and depression of the shoulder. Elevate as much as you can and then release all the way down. Now we'll do retraction and protraction of the shoulder. You have to pull it back and then release all the way. Pull your shoulders back, release it all the way ahead. Now we'll look at this from the side view. So as you can see, he's pulling his shoulders all the way behind and then releasing it forward. Literally, he's pushing it forward. Yes. Now we'll look at the same thing from the back view. So you have to squeeze in your shoulder blades. Squeeze in the sense you have to be very comfortable and very gentle with it. Just pull it back and then release all the way back. Now we'll do abduction and adduction of the shoulder. Now we'll do a horizontal adduction and abduction. Open your chest up, pull it all the way behind and then bring it back forward. Now we'll look at this from the back view. So now we'll do flexion and extension of the shoulder. As one hand goes up, the other one is pulling back. And we'll see this video from the side. Now we'll do shoulder circles. You can either use this method or you can just do with your shoulders like this as well. It's up to you. You have to do clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now we look at this from the side. So last but not least, we are going to do circumduction of the shoulder. This also you do the same. You will do clockwise and then you will do anti-clockwise. Reverse. especially while you're doing this, you should not have to stretch it too much. Do it as you can, and then do it on the opposite direction. We'll be doing wrist rotations. Same clockwise and anti-clockwise. From the side. So now we'll be mobilizing the thoracic spine and the lumbar spine. Basically, it's a combination of your thoracic spine and your lumbar spine. So we'll start with cat camel. So in cat camel exercise, we'll be doing flexion and extension of the spine. So Amil, please. So first you round your spine by flexing, and then you extend like this. So there is a arch, and you have to do a reverse arch like this. Now when it comes to breathing, while you go in, you have to breathe out, and while you come up, you have to breathe in. Now Amil will be breathing in as soon as he comes. Yes. And now he'll be breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So for people who cannot do cat camel on the floor because of any medical condition or injuries, they can always do a seated version. So Amil, can you please? So you do the same protocol. You breathe out, and then you flex your back, and then you breathe in, and then you extend your chest. So you're doing the flexion extension of the spine while sitting down. So now we'll be addressing the trunk rotation flexion of the spine. So for that, we'll be doing open ups. Say position, tripod position. Yeah. You breathe out, go in, and then you open up. Yes. Same thing happens here. When you go down, you breathe out, and when you come up, you breathe in. Now we'll see this from the front view. You go in, then you come up. Go in, come up. Breathing stays the same. Breathe out and breathe in. So for people who cannot do open ups on the floor, we can always do a standing version of the trunk rotation. So for that, we'll take a slightly wider stance, and then you take your hands up. Okay. Then you rotate your body. Yes. So as you can see, Amil is rotating his body as well. So he is using his feet as an axis for turning and getting more range. And for breathing, he goes to the side, he's breathing out. And as soon as he comes back, he's breathing in, and again, breathe out. So we'll be doing lateral flexion of the spine. So we are going with the seated version of that, Amil. So sit comfortably with your feet apart, and then your chest upright, and then you put your arms behind your head, and then you breathe out, then you move to the side. You breathe in all the way back, and then breathe out again. Breathe in, breathe out. So now we'll do lateral flexion, the standing version. Same, take your hand, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, again breathe in, breathe out. That's it. Last but not least, for the hip, we'll do a hip rotation. So you take a semi-wider stance, comfortable stance, and then you rotate your hip in a circular motion. Yes, you do clockwise first, and then you do anti-clockwise. So now we'll mobilize the hip. So for that, we'll start with the flexion and extension function of the hip. So for that, you can take the support of the bench or the wall or whatever is handy for you. So you'll start with flexing your hip, and then you bring it back, then you do extension. Again, up, down, pull it back. Perfect. So we can do a leg swing as well for the flexion and extension function of the hip. You start swinging slow, gradually. With each rep, you can gain some momentum. You go, more range, and this should be done stress-free. Perfect. Now, we'll do abduction and adduction of the hip. Well, lift it up, and then bring it back. Lift it up, bring it back. Yes. The range is up to you entirely. If you cannot go for this much range, just play with whatever is possible with you. So this is the back view. You lift it up, then you bring it back. Lift it up, bring it back. Now we'll do external and internal rotation of the hip. So you bring it up, take it out, bring it in, down, up, out, in, down. Repeat. And you have to do both the legs the same way. So now we'll mobilize the knee joint. So for that we'll do flexion and extension. So you can take a support, take your knee, and then extend, flex, then extend. Flex your knee, then extend. Okay. Now we'll show you from the side. Amil, you extend your knee and then flex. The last one on the list is angle rotation. So you can take support from the bench or whatever is comfortable for you, and then you take your leg ahead and then you rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise.